Well, good evening. Tonight, as you see, we have Colt 45, the famous malt liquor. Now, you may remember if you saw the TV commercials, and if you're old enough, in the 80s and I think 70s too, of Billy Dee Williams posing with this and saying it works every time. Or he'd say there are 2 rules if you want to have a good time. Rule number 1, never run out of Colt 45. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. Well, let's see what we think of it. It's produced, as you see, by the G. Heilman Brewing Company in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. As I believe it always has been. And the interesting thing is, it's not named after the gun, okay? It was named after the Philadelphia Colts. And, Philadelphia Colts had number 45.
Huh?
Who in the Philadelphia Colts had number 45?
I don't know. I don't remember the Colts even.
No, I don't know. Well, it was probably a minor team or something, and that was the number of the guy. You correct me if I'm wrong if you see this. I'm not even able to remember the source, but yeah, that's why it's got that name. And, well, it's 6% alcohol by volume, I believe. Going to the appearance, as you see, I've had quite a bit of this already. Wouldn't necessarily call it a head anymore, but it does retain a very nice cap. It's pale straw golden color. I'll let you look at the bottle here while I describe the aroma. Very grainy smell. You know, malt liquors are so named. This I do know that way because they have little to no hops like a standard beer would be. You know, standard macro lager. So I detect a little bit of white grapes in the smell. Some people say that it reminds them more of, more of wine than it does beer. Oh, and by the way, as this is usually associated with something in a clear bottle like this, it's not skunky. I guess it's too high in alcohol to really promote skunkiness, but pardon me, I think it actually has a good balance of white wine and beer smells. Okay, so let's see what we think about the taste. Try again. Yeah, well, it's it's that doesn't really lend itself to the taste as much as it does the smell. You know, I think it balances out a little bit, so you don't get as much of the grape note in the taste as you do the smell. So, but I like it, and it's I think I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Hey, 4 out of 5 for Colt 45. Cheers, and see you next time.